exercises with the making calls using SuperAgent. And let me open our project, Visual Studio. One sec, Visual Studio Code, and let's start. Wow. So guys, what we have right now? We have a simple test which making call. I will remove these comments, we don't need. Which making a call to the address creation endpoint. And also guys, this is just a simple call. So guys, what I would advise to do, let's create a small library which will make these calls. So take a look. Again, let's open our Marin Store API.
What's going on, guys? It's T9.
It's something different. So let's open Marin Store and let's open its API docs. So over here we have like different let's say departments: address, brand, authentication. So let's do next. For each of our, we will say clients, we will create a separate client file. So take a look what I will do, guys. I will go to our, I will save it from previous. I will go to our project and I will create a new folder. In the folder source, I will create a new folder and I will call it client. So what the client is it? It is an API client. This client will make information about API calls. This is a client. So over here I will create a first client. We will call it address. By the way, guys, take a look. I keeping this information not in the test. This is not a test. This is a client. Client, not a test. So that means there are no validations here. It's just a client. So let me just create a function, and this function will make a call to create address. So I will call it create address. This function will be asynchronic because it will make call to the API. Const add address. It will be asynchronic function, and it will take as a parameter some options. What I like in JavaScript, inside these options you can place anything you want, and you don't need to think in the beginning what you want to do. You're just passing options. Later on you can pass everything you want. And here is I will create an asynchronic function which will make HTTP call. So in order to create an address, we must pass two things. Address, and we need to pass information about token. So over here, I will go to my test, yesterday work, and over here we have call. Actually, I need only this one. But guys, my question, first of all, if I will not pass token in, will this call will work? No. So let's go to the, I will move it to the right. So guys, idea, I want to make our calls in a separate folder. So here is, I will add our first call. I will make a call function in a separate folder, and after that, from the test, I will invoke it. So here is just function which just making call. But first, I need to make some JS docs. And this is how it's working. So this function I will describe. Adding addresses, adding address to user. So this function will add address to the user. What it will take? As a parameter, it will take params, and params is an object, opts, and I will describe params, pass it in. So next parameter, what it will be here, definitely should be here, it's token. So over here I will do, token will be a string, and I will call it opts.token. So in my opts parameter should be a property token, user token. At least I know I have two parameters at least. Okay, good. So I want to make a call. Good style, make asynchronous call in the try catch mode. So that's why we will use try catch mode. I will do try, but before that I will check. If user will not pass token, call will not happen. I will throw an error. So I will check if opts dot token not pass it in. I can check is equal to null. Is equal to null. It means it's absent. I will throw an error. Throw new error. And in here I will explain. I will make explanation. I will say the name at address. It's the name of the function at address. Token, required parameter token, required parameter param. So we cannot work without token. So what will happen? I will explain one more time. This function at address will make an API call to this endpoint. This endpoint creating address for the user at user address. We passing this body and we need token. So over here, if you will not pass token, I am checking for this, and if token not pass it, I will throw an error. This is how it should be. We don't want unexpected surprises. We want expected surprise. So if token not pass it in, we want to have an error. Okay, good, very good. We did very first step. We checked that token is required. Now I will make a call. On the top, I will do something like this. Probably, look guys, we don't want to try catch error here. Probably we want to do next. Take a look. It's a little bit tricky, but I will return this. I will return, and oh sorry, not in the if case. Over here I will return result of the function. I will return super agent. By the way, I did not import super agent, but I hope Visual Studio Code smart enough and it will try to help me. I hope. Super agent dot post, and let's see, will it work or not? Not, it doesn't work. Okay, I will, in that case, I will import it explicitly. Copy and paste. Guys, what I'm doing right now, I'm showing you, it's not very correct, but how frameworks created. We placing API functions which making API call to a separate file. So in real frameworks, you doing like that. You don't keeping these calls in the test. Test must be readable, and you keeping this stuff like functions in a separate files. So I'm making a post call, and here is in the post call I should pass what? I should pass base URL. Okay, base URL, good question. I can, since we have a single, I can copy it and copy, copy, and I will place it over here. So what actually I'm doing, I'm refactoring my test. I want to move common functionality to a separate files. I want to keep everything readable, because right now I'm finding this is unreadable. I want to decouple my huge test to the smaller parts. So first part of my decoupling or my refactoring, I'm moving clients call, we're calling it clients call to APIs, clients call, I'm moving to separate files. So I creating it here. I move it this. Now I need to post, and I need to post what? I need to post, make a call to this URL. I will just copy everything from here, and I will paste it over here. Good. First step, good. Now I need to set token. Actually, what I can do, I need token, you see, and I have an object. So probably I will do next. I will do header, const of header is equal to this object. My bad. I will just copy this object and just via copying I want to show what is this, just this, but this is not a token, this is opts dot token. So what happens here? I'm creating this header, and now over here I will make like set, and here is I will pass auf header. Okay, and the last one I need to send address options. I need to send these address options. What I will do? I don't care about these address options. What I will do? Take a look. I will do dot send, and I will send opts dot address. So let's understand what happens here. This is how my function will work. Okay, this is correct. Take a look what you have.
Do we need to use await?
No.
And
No. And this is very interesting. I don't need async and await. Why? Good question. I will explain in a few minutes. So this is kind of interesting thing. I need just add one small thing to the documentation. I will say that it's resol returns, and I will say that it returns promise object. This documentation do nothing. It's just explaining. But for people who will use this function, they will see this return promise. They will understand when you calling at address, you must provide async await stuff, because it returns not an object, it returns promise. So let's imagine we coming to restaurant, and I made an order and I leaving, but I giving you a promise. Waiter give promise to me. I'm a function. I giving promise to you. I promise waiter will bring you something. So here is this function returns this kind a promise. Because why? Because this function, you see, I deleted async, but I place it over here that it returns promise. As small trick, as if you will place here is async, it doesn't change anything. It will be more clear, but you don't need. Actually, it is returns promise, because if we will place await, it will return object, because it will wait. But why? We don't need to do this. This is how it's working. You don't need to do this, because wait will be in a different place. I will show you. Now, our function is almost ready. Now we need just export it. And again, it's a problem for me how I always forgetting it, but I believe it will be modular export module or module.export, and it's equal to, I hope, add address. I hope this is correct. Okay, now let's do a small change to our test. Now, what I will do, I will leave as it, but now I will do this. Of course, I can still keep try catch, but now I will do next. First of all, I will import. Client is equal to require I just imported client address. Now from here I will do everything, but I will leave a wait, and here is I will do a client address dot at address, and here is I will pass an object which consists of two parameters, or I can create options. Take a look, I can create const options is equal to object, and what we must provide two things: opts. Oh, I didn't update it, my bad. I need to also provide param, which object, and this will be opts address, and this will be user address. So I need to provide two properties, token and address. Now I will save it, and I will go over here, and I will provide token. Token. And here is one interesting thing. You remember my token, and here is token. Can I write something like that? Token. So token is a field, and token is a token which we receive it in before each. Can I do like this? Yes, but better I can do something like that. Take a look. It's a trick. I do a comma. What this comma means? It means token, colon, token. Or if I sending just token, it means token, colon, token. And second, I need to send address. And here is I will send these address options. Okay, be good. Now over here we sending options. Looks good. Probably we can run our test. Let's do it. Okay, so we have a problem. On the address spec on the line 49. It response probably returned something interesting. I don't know what is the response, but it's undefined. Why? Good question. Give me a second. Guys, when you're writing something, sometimes, and for the beginners it will be very often, you will have problems. Even like for my level, you will have problems. So it's okay. Absolutely okay to have problems. It's not a big deal. So, okay, so problem here is set encoding. Not set encoding, just set. And here is not set encoding at send. Okay, this is correct. My bad. I will return and we'll run one more time. Okay, test is passed. So guys, what I did, I created a new client, and this client will contain only API call, only simple API call. This API call has a documentation. You see, I wrote on the top, I wrote API documentation. I said that to function at address, it's an object, and this object has two properties, token and address. So we passing it, and this function, not async function, this is a promise function. It returns promise. We don't need to open promise in this call because it will be faster. We don't need. So who will open it? This function will open promise. So when I calling for this client, I placing a wait in front. So technically, this promise which returned by the at address function opens here, and we don't need 2 times to await. Second, small trick. If token variable and token is a field, you can use just one time token. It's small advantage. If I will just, guys, I will console log. Just you will see console log, and I will print these opts, and I will save it, and I will run. Just let's see what inside it. So it has token, but token is this one. Token is just token and its value, and it has address and an object. So guys, any questions so far? Is it clear what we did and why we did? If you have questions, please ask.
Volkan, you told that before that we use async and await like pair, and now we use only await and we don't use async word at all.
Stop. In our test, on the top, we're using async.
Oh, I missed it. Thank you.
So guys, this is it's a practical tip how you working in real company. You keeping your clients which making calls in a separate places. You don't keeping in the test. Absolutely the same I will do with the before test. I want to move this guy to the client. I will create a different client and I will hit AUF. So over here in the client, I will create a new file and I will call it AUF. So this is for authentication endpoint. And here is I will not create because I am lazy. I will copy paste from let me rename it. AUF.js. And I will just copy paste everything. Control A, Control copy, Control V. We need superagent, we need a base URL, we need this, we don't need token because we don't have, but we need 2 things. First, string, and second is string. Let's open our test. We have an object email and password. So over here in the auth we will email, and second is a password. User's email and user's password. Now this guy will return promise. Okay, it can, not big deal. So we will call this function login. Login? Yes, when we passing username and password, we log into the application. I will call it login. We passing, we don't have authorization header, we don't need it. We making call to which endpoint? We don't need this check. Oh, we need, here is a different check. If email not pass it in, or password did not pass it in, if email not pass it in, or opts dot password, sorry, here is error, my bad, or opts password not pass it in, I will throw an error. I will call it login and I will set required parameter not pass it. So I'm checking that username or password should be, both should be passed. Now I will make a call to the endpoint. Which endpoint I want to? This will be auth login. I don't need headers, but I need send not address, but I need to send an object. I need to send const body is equal to email equal opts dot email and password is equal to opts dot password, and here is I will send this body. So everything pretty simple. I moved everything to separate file, and now I can go back to my test and replace this part by this. I will remove this. So I will do this try catch, but not super agent. I will make, I need to module export and I will call it login. Yes, login. I will save it, and now if I will go over here, I will do this. I will do client auth required requires Guys, you can ask me, and this will be very good question, Borjan, why we did it. We did not save many space. Why? Because we want to reuse it. This is an idea. If I will make a next test file, and in the different test file I will use authentication again. That is why we want to reuse it. So here is in the test we have testing data, but we don't making a call. We invoking client which will make a call. So everything is good. I made small refactoring. Now let me run and see that everything is working as it worked before. Very good, working. Test is passed and our test is done. But we moved our two API calls to client file. So guys, one sec, I will remove this console log statement. So guys, this is not what I want to show you. I want to show you end-to-end test. For example, what is end-to-end test? If I will open Mern Commerce, yes. What is end-to-end test? First we registering user. Okay, register user. After that, we will add address to this user. After that, we will log into the system as this user. After that, we will place something to the cart. After that, we will make an order. After choosing products to the cart. And after that, we will do we have a pay for order? Cancel, add order. I believe one sec, do we have like category cart? Probably one sec, I don't remember exactly, but probably admin can approve order. I don't see this. Add order. So end-to-end test will consist of many API calls. We don't testing single API. No. We testing a flow which kind of user doing on the front end and user can do from the user can make it from the API level. So give me a second. Let's open the front end. 1 second. If I will open Mern store and I will try to log in. First I registered, before that I log it in, I added address. Now I will go to the store. For the kids I will choose something, add to the bag. Did I? Okay, it is in the bag. After that I will, you don't see it because of my video, but here is I will place order. And when order is placed, what is next step? Order is placed. Now I will try to log in as an administrator. 1 sec, admin, and I will go to the orders. It's my order, but your order, you have no orders yet, but customer orders. And here is I will see order from maybe this one. Today is April 14th, yes? Okay, this order I see. not process it. So manually I can choose. Oh, okay. Over here I should let me. I forget the flow, but more tools, developer tools. So my last step in this store, kinda, it's we don't. Of course, it's this is a not real project, so we don't have real credit cards, of course. So here is I can change the status manually, and here is what call I'm doing. I'm just wondering what call I'm doing. I'm making a API order status. Oh, I changing order status. Okay, okay, that's legit. So here is I changing order status, and kind of playing with the order status. I can make delivered kinda. So this kind of manual process over here, but what we will do, we will check order status, and we will do all possible checks. This is our ultimate goal. So what we did for now, we made a call to add user and to login. Now let's add, we have more time. Now let's make a call to register user. So let's understand what's happening when we adding a new user to the store, when user registering. So let's go. Here is what happens. Auf register. New user trying to register itself. With the post call, we need to pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields. Let's do it. First, we're starting with the client. We're going to the client and we're making call to Auf register. And again, guys, use copy paste. You already has a very good explanation. Copy it. And don't be lazy. Write all necessary documentation in time. So here is, I just copy pasted everything, but here is I will change this name login to name register. Register. And here is, as a parameter, I need little bit more parameters, but I will show you. So over here, we passing this object. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First name, last name. Actually, I will call it user info. And I don't need a token. So here is I will accept only one thing. It will be ops. It will be user info. I will don't call it ops. I will call user info. And user info, I can make more information about this. I can say that user info consists of next param. If I want to be more specific, first param is boolean. It's a user info dot, what is here, is subscribed. Assume we have some kind of newsletter, whatever. So I will say that, where is, okay. User info is subscribed. So what I will do, we don't care, is it subscribed or not. I will mark this parameter as optional. So when I'm making these square brackets, I think this is optional parameter. If you don't want, you don't need to pass it. And we will give some kind of default value. False by default. So we're expecting that if user want to subscribe, we will pass through, but in other case we just make false. Okay. Next parameter over here, which I see. Guys, I'm watching on the API documentation. I'm watching on this. If you don't see clearly, I will increase the font size. So next is email. Email is a string. Okay. Next is string. And its field name is userinfo.email. And I will do some explanation. User's email. Next param. Again string. This is a string. Userinfo dot first name. I will just double check that first name, last name and password. Copy. And here is we will say something. Run. String. User info. Last name. Last name. And the last one, param, again string, it will be user info, password, user's password. Beautiful. And this will return promise. Now, what we want to do. What happens? I will give you a secret. If this property not passed in, it will be null. Null. It's a false. If I will pass through, it will be true. So what I will do, what's the endpoint? 1 second. Endpoint is auth register. Okay, auth register. Auth register, and I sending one sec. User info. I sending not ops but user info paste, and I will not check this stuff. And actually, here is just passing the user info. So this is very simple function. User info. Any questions so far, guys? I spent more time writing API documentation, writing function documentation over function. Yes, we have like so many lines for and only one line for function. Yes, sometimes you need to document your work better than like it's really you have to do. Okay, how we will test it? Good question. Let's try go to our test, and here is I will create some kind of very simple it test which will do nothing. It will not do nothing. It will be just a small hack which will should register user, and here it will be an async one, and here we will try to call this endpoint, and we need to create this object const SQL, and I will go over here and I will copy. I will, is it correct one? One sec, please, excuse me. Auth register. I will place this one. Guys, small thing. Our system strictly checking for email uniqueness. If we already has this email, it will not work. It's just you guys to understand. So what I will do, I don't need this. For here I will do very unique email, something for now, for testing purpose. Later on I will do some kind of generator. So I will do const resp is equal to what? Is equal to I imported it. I said auth client auth dot I did not export it. I need to export it first. Register. I need to export, save it. Now I can use it outside. Auth dot register, and I will pass these opts. What I did forget, I forget to place awaits. Now we good. I will just console log response dot body. Just want to see what we have. And interesting thing, guys, I have two tests. I want skip this one and I want run only this only. I already showed you how we can skip test, but if I have like 100 tests and I want to run only one, I will do dot only. So dot only will run only one test. So let me run it. Call is passed. We are good. So you see, we could register a new user. If I will run this the second time, it will fail. Why? Because user with this email already exists. Let's try. Conflict. Users already exist. So guys, let's understand what we did today. Guys, again, our ultimate goal, create end-to-end test from user registering till the purchase something. Any questions so far?
May I ask?
Sure.
So you take a look on the error message, and you can tell exactly that user already exists, but it's not written there, right? Is it just from experience, or is any way you can read the message and understand what exactly problem we have?
Good question. Actually, when I try to run here, I will do execute, and here is I will do 409 conflict. That email address already in use. So probably in that case, take a look. I need to use this pattern how I run it in try catch mode. So here is I'm running in the try catch. Where is it? Over here, this try catch stuff. Let's try use this pattern. You ask it absolutely legit question, so take a look. I will use this, I think, so let response and here is I will cut this guy and I will place it here. Now we should see an explanation of the error, I hope. Oh, 1 sec, my bad.
Save. You didn't save.
What's the name?
No, you didn't save.
Oh, my bad. Okay, 1 sec, here is a problem. So it's throw it an error, but it's not throw it an error. Okay, 1 second. I will print not response body. In that case, we don't need 1 sec, guys. In that case, we don't need try catch at all. If it's not catching errors, why we need it? Okay, let me save it and let me run. I will print response, all response. Actually, I didn't get it. 1 second. Okay. 1 sec. Try response await client register. We go to console log. Okay. 1 sec. Let me run one time. I will save it. Control S. And I will run it. 1 sec. Okay, so error message is conflict and here is undefined. One more time, I will not do error message. I want to see just error. I will save it. Okay, so here is we have error. Address is already in use. Actually, we can I printed not error message, which just giving conflict. I can print some different properties like what is that? Okay, I watching what we also can print, but probably we can find something which can kind of explain what is wrong here. Status code, status message, maybe like maybe text in 1 sec. Probably this will work. Error links. 1 sec, I just see it. Text. Okay, so okay, let's try to print text. I will save it and I will run it. Our text is, we need to Google and find out what exactly we need to, if you will print error, it will print everything. So probably you will see here this, but endpoint returns conflict, and if you will print full, you will see explanation what is wrong. Okay? Need to spend more time to see how to print it in correct way. Okay?
Great, thank you.
Okay, guys. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will continue to write this end-to-end test, and of course I will. Thank you for reminding, guys. Thank you, because I can forget. So first of all, I will stage changes. I will commit. One sec.
You need to write the message.
Yeah. I'm trying, but now. Okay, give me a second. Oh, okay. Yeah. One. I understand, but okay. No. One sec. How to stop it? Good question, but.
If you switch on any other tab, probably it should help.
Okay, if I will do like one sec. Okay, good. So here is a message. Oh, probably yes. Okay, what we have over here? Let me check GitHub. Schools that. And repository. I pushed it 1 minute ago. So guys, see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye bye.